Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our Zoho Books training series. You all have been doing a fantastic job so far. And today, we are entering the advanced workflows territory. This is where Zoho Books stops being just an accounting tool and starts becoming your business management command center. Before we dive in, let me ask you this. How many of you still rely on long email threads or Excel sheets to manage client communication, track project hours, or collaborate with your teams? I can totally relate. It becomes chaotic, doesn't it? Well, Zoho Books has solutions for these exact scenarios, and that's what today's session is all about. Today, we will focus on how Zoho Books helps you simplify and automate the back-end operations of your business, how you collaborate with your clients, how you track and build project work, how you connect with other Zoho apps and third-party tools, and how you maintain regulatory compliance, be it GST in India, VAT in EU, and or sales tax in the US. This session will empower you to handle not just invoices and expenses, but also complex processes like client portals, project-based invoicing, system integration, tax setups, user permissions, and audit trails. Let me walk you through the agenda for today's session. It's going to be packed one. Part 1, Client Portal Configuration. We'll start with understanding how to set up a client portal in Zoho Books. This is a dedicated dashboard where your customers can view codes, download invoices, and make payments online. It'll show you how to customize what they see, how to control access, and how to track when they've opened your documents. This is going to save you tons of back and forth email. Part 2, Project Management with Time Tracking. Now we'll look at managing projects inside Zoho Books. For those of you offering services billed by hours, milestones, or phases, this is going to be game changing. We learn to log time, assign tasks to team members, and convert billable hours into invoices automatically. Part third, integrations overview. After that, we'll explore integrations, whether you're using Zoho CRM, Zoho Inventory, Zoho Analytics, or external platforms like Stripe, Razorpay, Shopify, or Google Workspace. Zoho Books allows seamless connections. I'll walk you through how integrations eliminate manual work and keep your business systems in sync. Part 4, Tech Setup. For compliance, we'll see how to configure region-specific GST India, VAT EU, or sales tax US within Zoho Books. We'll set up tax rates, exemptions, and ensure the taxes are auto-applied on every transaction. This setup is key for generating GSTR reports, sales tax summaries, and ensuring you don't face last-minute reporting chaos. Part 5, User Roles and Audit Trail. Then we learn how to manage your internal team's access. You'll understand how to assign specific roles, control who sees what, and ensure every action is tracked. The audit feature will give you a full history of who added, did what, and when, and must have for audit compliance and internal controls. Part 6, Live Case Study, End-to-End Walkthrough, where we are going to present you a live case, a live example, where you're going to follow the entire steps that you would have learned so far and execute them here only. Part 6, Recap and Q&A. Finally, we'll come with a recap of key skills and open the floor for live questions. This is your chance to ask anything about project billing, tax settings, or integrations that you've been curious about. Before we dive in, how many of you are planning to use the client portal feature with your customers after today's session? And how many of you want to automate time tracking and billing for your service projects? Okay, for those of you that are interested, this is perfect because you're going to love what's coming up. This session will be highly interactive and live demos and examples. I encourage you to take notes on features you want to implement right away. Save your in-depth questions for the Q&A section. I'll make sure we address them. All right, are we all set? Let's get into part one, setting up the client portal and transforming your customer interactions. Let's start this segment with a simple question. How many of you are tired of client asking, can you send me that invoice again? Or can you give me a copy of my payment history? It's frustrating, right? These repetitive queries eat into your productive hours. But what if I told you there's a way to empower your customers to self serve their documents, make payments online, and communicate with you, all from a single dashboard? That's where Zoho Books Client Portal comes in. Today, I'll show you how to set it up and how it will transform the way you collaborate with your clients. What is the client portal? The client portal in Zoho Books is a secure web-based dashboard that your customers can access. It allows them to view and accept quotations and estimates, download and pay invoices, check payment history and outstanding business balances, engage in message threads for any clarification. It's like giving your client a mini Zoho Books customized only for them. Here's why the client portal is a game changer. Reduces back and forth emails. No more, please send me that invoice again requests. Faster payments. Client can pay directly through the invoice links. Real time tracking. You'll know when a client has viewed a document. Professional client experience. It makes your business looks organized and tech savvy. All right, now let's get hands on. Navigate to settings, preferences, and client portal. On your Zoho Books dashboard, look at the bottom left corner and click on settings. Sorry, on top left and click on settings. Then here in the preferences, you would be able to see customer portal. Enable client portal access for customers by default here. Step third, customize portal experience. Now this is where you personalize the portal. For those of you, let me repeat those steps once again. Step one, navigate to settings, preferences, client portal. Step two is enable portal access. Step three is customize portal experience. Now, this is where you personalize the portal. Welcome message, craft a message that will be shown when the client logs in. Example could be this one. Welcome to KYC's client portal. Access your codes, invoices, and payment history here. Modules visibility, you can choose which module the client can see. For example, codes and estimates, invoices and payments, retainers if applicable, project timesheets. Here you can see that I can enable what my client can see. For example, display credit notes in the portal. I don't want my client to see that. Just like that, you would be able to see here. You can choose to disallow clients from downloading or print documents. Next, let's tailor the communication your client will receive. Go to settings and email template. Okay, back here. And let's go here, email notifications. And you can see up here in emails, send email preferences, email relay, email insights. We need to focus here only. Templates and general. Sorry, here. Here you can edit the default templates for invoice notifications, code acceptance email, payment reminder emails. Let's see this one, invoice notification. Added. An example of it could be instead of invoice 12345 from ABC Corp, you could write your invoice 12345 from ABC Corp. Now pay online in one click. Use placeholder holders like this, person, customer name, and then again this person sign. Here as well, this person sign, invoice number, and this person number again. What would it do? It would autofill customer specific details. And you don't need to fill those details yourself manually again then. Getting portal access to existing customers. For existing customers, go to sales customers. Okay. Back to settings, close the settings. Next, I need to go here, sales and customers. And you can see this one up here, Parthink. I hope, yeah. So yeah, for this one, you can see that a link is already there. And then you need to enable a portal access up here. I have already enabled that up over here. So what would happen here is that once you are making your customer or your client here, entering the name, company name, and the email address up here, and all the details, what would happen here is that you would get the option to create a customer portal up here. Now, what you need to do is that enable it. Let me show you how. Let me show you for this one. What would you need to do is that, enable portal here and save. So yeah, with that, what would happen is that an email would go towards your client, and once he confirms from his side, a customer portal would be created for him, where he can see his invoices, codes, etc. Let me show you this one. For this one only part, no, it's disabled. Yeah, this one up here. I hope it's customer. Yeah, this one is enabled up here. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the client portal from the customers. How to create a customer portal or client portal. Next, I'm going to show you as well. In the meanwhile, let's create an invoice for this Parthink. Customer name, Parthink. Yeah, this one. Let's set our item up here. Let's write it as 1989. Invoice 1989. Yeah, see. And take an item up here. Anyone. Let's take this one. Cream white linen fabric 100. And I'm going to save it as a draft. And then I'm going to mark it as sent. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the customer portal for this one. Who was our customer, by the way? This one. Parth Inc. was our customer. Let's see the customer portal for him. Let me just refresh my customer portal as well. See, this was the invoice that I created moments ago. And you can see up here that in the customer portal, whatever happens from our side, it updates itself automatically up over here for our customer. Now, the customer or the client can see the codes here, sales order, invoices as well, and he can pay them as well from here. Only if we have enabled online payment. Only in that case, he would be able to pay here. He can see all the payments that he has made and statement as well. See here. With that, he can access all those transactions. As I told you, once logged in the dashboard, they would be able to see their pending invoices, codes that are waiting for approval, transaction history, and at the same time, a message thread for any clarification where they can communicate with us one on one. If you have enabled online payments, they can pay directly via Razorpay, Stripe, and PayPal, etc. One of the best parts, you'll know exactly when a client has viewed or downloaded a document. Here's how. Go to sales, customers, and select a customer. I am selecting this one only. And you can see the portal activity up here. See here, you can see all the activities up over here. For example, invoice viewed at 312, quote accepted, payment made by Stripe. This is incredibly useful during follow-ups. For example, if a client hasn't viewed any invoice yet, you can give them a gentle nudge. Now, some best practices for client portal. Always customize email templates to sound human, not robotic. Not robotic. Enable portal access by default, but adjust access levels per client. Train your clients with a quick how to use portal email or call. It will pay off. Use portal logs to time your follow-ups smartly. Now that we've learned how to simplify client communication using the portal, next we are going to explore how to manage project billing and time tracking inside Zoho Books, a powerful feature for service-based businesses. Let's imagine this. You are managing a graphic design project for a client. You have multiple designers working on different tasks and you bill your client per hour of work. Now the challenge is, how do you ensure every billable hour is captured? How do you avoid underbilling or worse, losing revenue because of missed time logs? This is where Zoho Books project management and time tracking comes into play. Today, I'm going to walk you through how this module helps service businesses like agencies, consultants, freelancers, and IT firms track their work hours effectively and convert them into accurate invoices. Why use project management and time tracking in Zoho Books? Before we dive into the demo, let me quickly highlight why this matters. You get real-time visibility into project progress and billable hours. You can log time easily, manually, or using an inbuilt timer. No more manual calculations, just convert logged hours into an invoice with a few clicks. Most importantly, it helps avoid revenue leakage. Enabling project and time tracking. Let's start by enabling this module in Zoho Books. Step one, go to settings, preferences, and time tracking. Let's do this, settings. In the dashboard, go to settings and then under preferences, let's see here. Let's go to general, time tracking. So what you need to do, let me show you very quickly. Back to settings. So in the dashboard, you need to go to settings and then under preferences, you would be able to see this option, general. Here, first of all, if your time tracking is not available, if that option is not there, you need to click here on this checkbox and then save it. What would it do is that it would enable the option for projects and timelines. Then you can go here and choose for yourself. Like if, for example, if you want to upload any custom field, you can choose from here. Field customization, custom button, and related list. You can customize your projects module from here. And here in the timesheets, as you can see, round off time, don't round off, set maximum start days for login, track costs for entries, timesheet approval, etc. Here in timesheet module, you can customize it. And then you need to save it up here. Next, creating our project in Zoho Books. Once enabled, let's create a sample project. That would be our step two. Navigate to timesheets, sorry. Navigate to time tracking, projects. Let's see if we can. Yeah, thank God. We can form a new project up here. Select project and click on new project. For example, let me name my project as website design for ABC Limited. Okay, website, website redesign for ABC Limited. Sorry, website. Let's give this project a code. How about ABC? And then we need to fill our customer name here. I think ABC does not exist. ABC doesn't exist. Let's create a company named ABC here. ABC Ltd. Ltd. This one is also mandatory. And then save it up here. Then you can choose the billing method. For example, that could be fixed cost for project based on project hours, based on task hours, or based on staff hours. Let's select this one. And then you need to determine a budget. Enter the budget for the expected amount you may spend on this project. Let's write it as uh, 10,000 K here, and revenue budget. That is, enter a budget for the expected income you will receive for this project. That could be 25,000. I'm just entering here manually. Add budget for project hours. Hours budget type. Total project hours per task, or hours per staff. Let's mention it as total project hours. Total budget hours could be 24. Uh, Cost per hour, let's mention it as, well, sorry, $25. You can add other users as well up here, and then you need to mention your project. Uh, Billing method, I think I already told you that choose, based on project hour or task hours, depending on your agreement. And at the same time, you can also opt for fixed costs if you're billing a lump sum. Rate per hour, let's add a task here. For example, uh, UI UX, UX markups, redesign, design. Okay, add project task up here. Backend integration. Okay, so now let's save them. Okay, I forgot to add my rate per hour up here. Rate. Let's mention the rate as 25. That would help us. Cost per hour. Okay, so the user cost per hour. The user cost per hour would be 12. Let's save it. So, what did I did? Let me just quickly do it once more again. This was uh, website redesign. Let's quickly. Sorry, website design. Design for ABC Ltd. Project code, let's name it ABC. Customer name, ABC should be here. Let's see if it's here. ABC, is it here? No, yeah, ABC Limited is up here. Billing method, let's save it as based on project hours. Rate per hour, let's mention it as 25. Description, I don't need to give here. Cost, let's add as 10,000 and it being 25. Sorry, 25. Accurate. User, let's mention the user cost per hour. Let's mention it as 12. Then we need to mention our task name. The task could be UI redesign, and the other one could be graphics, graphics, graphics redesign. So once it's done, you need to save here. So you can see we have created a project here right now. What are the tasks up here? UI redesign, graphic redesign, logged hours, billed hours, unbilled hours, and type. These are billable. Who are the users? How much time they've logged in? What are their billed hours? What are their unbilled hours? And their cost per hour? And what's their role? Admin. And you can see the details up here. What's the profitability? Okay. Every project consists of tasks. Let's now create tasks and let's me walk you through timesheet as well. Select a project. Okay, let's. I hope this is not too complex for you guys. Okay, let's and mention our project name up here. Is it not there? Wait a minute. Okay, log time. Yeah, from here you can see that log time date, your project name, and what is your task that you've done, and then you need to enter the time spent. For example, let's enter it as 202 and 0 to 30. Wait a minute. 0 to that would be 0 to 30, and then save it, and you can see how we are logging in the timesheet up here in the timesheet. Here in the overview, you did get a basic overview. Now here in the timesheet, what you need to do is whatever task you're able doing, that would come here. For example, this, what's the time that you spent here, and based on that time, it's calculating the cost for you up here. Let me show you if we can. Yeah, for this one, I think you're able to see the timesheet up here. For some reason, I think, yeah, this one. You need to go to timesheet, task, and another new task. You just need to mention, for example, what's your project, and what's the task that you are choosing. For example, graphic redesign, and have to tell the number of hours that you have spent. For example, 05. 30, and is it, yeah, it's billable, save, and can see that up here. Once the tasks are set, team members can start logging their work hours. I'm sorry for my silence. I hope I'm able to tell you that how to do this, though it's taking way much time, but let's hope you able to understand that. So I think I'm able to understand you, though I think it's a bit complex, but why are we using projects? I think you're able to understand that. For example, if you're running an agency, consultancy, where human hours, your time is very valuable. You're paid on an hourly basis for a project. That is where projects and timesheet could be really helpful. For example, I created a project up here, then updated my terms and conditions here, updated my users as well, that who are the people that are going to work here and what is their cost per hour. Then what are the tasks that needed to be done for this project. And in the timesheet, what I can do is that I can update, or the user or the people that are working in that project can update. For example, that's the project, that's the customer name, that's the task, uh, the time they have spent here, and what's the total cost for this one. And with that, you can see here it in the timesheet. And there's one more alternative that I forgot to tell you, that go here in timesheet and start the timer when you're beginning a task. Like here, you can start this timer and associate a project. For example, this one. Task name would be UI redesign, and add notes. I don't want to add notes here. I'll start the timer and see the timer has started. Now you do not need to even worry about that how much you have spent up there. For example, once you're done that, you need to stop it and can stop. It would update itself automatically, and that amount comes out to be zero. Now, invoicing billable time, this is where the magic happens. Convert time logs into invoice. Let's do this. Go to sales, invoices, new invoices. Okay. Customer, who was the customer here? I think it was ABC. Yeah, ABC Limited. Let's see. This one was the new one, ABC Limited. Then you need to add a project. Let's see if we can add a project up here. Yeah, associated project. Oh my God. So let's see. a website. I'm not able to see with this one up here. Let's see if we can do this one more time. I think it would take way too much time. So I'm going to tell you that in brief. So what would happen here is that you need to associate a project up here. Let's see if you are able to find this one, this project only. Which one that we did moments ago? Here. Uh, Time tracking. Here, this project. Talking about this project up here. Leave and discard changes. This project, website redesign for ABC Limited. The customer here was ABC Limited. And let's see if we can add any email for ABC Limited. You know what? Let's go to sales customer. Let's see ABC Limited if it's available up here. Yeah, it's here. Let's add an email here as well. Edit it. Let's add my SMS. Is not SNS system dot cards. Wait. Gmail.com. Save. Okay, so now let's see if we can do this one successfully this time. Again, go to ABC. Let's see. ABC. Let's see. Yeah. No. This one here. Here. And let's see if we are able to find a. Don't know why I'm not able to find associated potential. Sorry. Okay, one. Select a project. Okay, here. Website redesign. Sorry. Website redesign. Single line project name. Select date range. Single line for the project. Okay, or what you can do is that show all timesheet entries individually. Show an item name. Uh, Project task name. Show an item description. Item description could be timesheet history, timesheet. Project task name. Let's see. Now see, with just single click, I was able to convert all my projects, all the tasks that I did up there in this invoice. Let me show you once again if you were not able to understand that. Leave and discard this one very quickly. Go here. And I'm very sorry for the inconvenience that I did months ago. Got confused. So yeah, here ABC Limited. I selected my customer name up here. Invoice is created automatically. Name it as 1989. Order number doesn't matter. Invoice date, salesperson test, associated potential. See here, include one unbilled item. That is one unbilled project. I would go here and it would ask me enter the, yeah, let's save this one. Invoice number 19 for this invoice, but resume auto generating invoice number from the next invoice. Save it. Select the project that we did, website redesign for ABC Limited. Bill up to, I need to select my date, that is 26 July. How to sort data invoices. Show all timesheet entries individually. Show an item name. What are the items that I want? Project code as well. Or let's leave project name as well. What is going to come here in the item, in the project task name? Show an item description, my project task range, task name, my project name, my project code. That depends on user to user. For example, I'm choosing timesheet date as well. All unpaid expenses associated with the project, all bills associated with the project, add here. And as you can see, very simply, UI redesign, ABC, the project code, and the project name, graphic redesign, the task name, ABC, the project code, and website redesign for ABC Limited, the project name. And in the description, you can see the task name, UI redesign, website redesign for ABC Limited. That is our project name, and 26 July 25 is the date. And let's remove the item details from here. Now you can see the project details. It has generated a bill here for you automatically. What I need to do here is that save it as a draft. Okay, invoice 1989 already exists. 1991. How about this one? Save it as a draft. Yep. And then mark it as sent. So what we did here is that, we selected customer, then added the project, and we got the option to fetch time logs. And we can choose how to display them. For example, detail them by task, consolidated total hours, or per day breakdown. Once added, Zoho will calculate the total billable amount automatically. We can add taxes there as well, attach detailed timesheet as a PDF for client transparency, and email the invoice directly with a payment link. So with that, finally, I hope I'm able to tell you how you can access uh, the project and timesheet module. The best practices for using projects and time tracking. Number one, set clear billing methods upfront, project-based, task-based, or fixed. Second, encourage team members to log time daily. It's easy to forget hours if delayed. Third, use the inbuilt timer for accuracy, especially for short or urgent tasks. Fourth, attach detailed timesheet in invoices for transparency. This builds trust with clients. Fifth, periodically review your project progress in reports, project summary to see how actuals compare with estimates. All right. Now that we explored how to track billable hours and streamline project invoicing, next we'll see how Zoho Books connect with other Zoho Books, other Zoho apps, and third-party integrations to simplify your entire business workflow. Are you ready to explore that? Now, I have to make a quick announcement here before we move on towards the next section. Right now, a link would be dropped, like right now, we're going to drop a link here in the Zoom session as well as the YouTube live as well. Now, for those of you that haven't registered yet, what you need to do is that click on that link. First of all, okay, once you have clicked on that, the very next thing that you would see there after clicking on that link is that you need to fill your personal details. For example, your name, your surname, and it's going to ask for your email address, and you need to create a password there as well. So once you have filled that form, then you need to save that. Now, once that step is done, what would happen is that you would receive a confirmation email from our side. In that confirmation email, a link would be provided to you. Then you need to click on that link. And with that, you have completed the project of registration. But remember, it's not over yet. Now, once you have clicked on that authentication link, what we would do, what our team at SNS would do is that authenticate you. Once you've been authenticated, then only you would be able to access your Zoho Books training module. And once you get the access to Zoho Books training module, then what you need to do is see all the videos for all the 6 sessions, see all the PPTs up there for all the 6 sessions up there, and clear all the quizzes associated with each of the session up there. You need to score beyond a certain threshold. Once you have scored beyond a certain threshold in each of those quizzes, only then you would be able to receive your certificate of completion. Now, I have provided you this information. With that, let's move on to our next section, that is integrations overview. Let me start this section with a quick reality check. How many of you are juggling between multiple software tools every day? For example, CRM for leads, Zoho Books for invoices, Google Sheets for reports, PayPal for payments. Now imagine, what if all of these could talk to each other seamlessly? No duplicate entries, no switching tabs, and complete automation from lead to invoice to payment to report. That's exactly what Zoho Books allow through its powerful integrations, both native and third party. Let's dive into how we can connect Zoho Books with other tools to create a unified business system. Before the demo, let's briefly talk about why integration saves time, reduce errors, and help scale your business. Avoid manual data entry across systems, ensure real-time sync of contacts, invoices, and payments, enable better reporting and analytics by combining data sources, deliver a smooth client experience from CRM to payment. Zoho Books is part of the larger Zoho ecosystem. Let's explore how it integrates natively. Let me show you this one as well here. Integration here, you can see that. Shipping, all that. Let's see. Number one is Zoho CRM. Sync your lead and contacts from a CRM. Convert a deal to an invoice instantly. See payment status inside Zoho CRM. No need to log in into Zoho Books. Zoho Inventory. Let's see if it's here. Yeah, Zoho Inventory is here. Sync items, stock levels, and purchase sales orders. Avoid overselling by tracking real-time inventory. Generate packing slips, delivery challenge directly from Zoho Books. Zoho Expense. Import employee expenses and reimbursements into Zoho Books. Set up expense approval flows. Great for finance teams managing large employee bases. Zoho Analytics. Create advanced reports and dashboards. Combine Zoho Books with data, with CRM projects, etc. Build visualizations like monthly cash flow trends, customer payment history, profit by project or department. Zoho Books also integrates with third-party apps to simplify payments, communication, and e-commerce. Payment gateways, shipping cart, e-commerce, EDI, SMS integration, Zoho apps, 1099 filing, other apps you can see here, Global Stripe, PayPal Square, India Razorpay, Paytm, CC Avenue. Benefit, add pay now buttons to invoices. Customers can pay in one click and Zoho Books auto records the payment. Second is email and calendar tools. You can integrate your WhatsApp as well here and Marketplace. For example, in Gmail and calendar tools, Gmail, Outlook, G Suite, sync contact and email threads, schedule and track meetings for client billing. E-commerce platforms, Shopify, Etsy, let's see, shipping. I think you are able to see that in shipping, you can see all these apps, Aftership, UPS, USPC, EPS, EasyShip, Envia. You can integrate them with the Zoho Books here. Shopping cart, you can see Shopify up here, Zoho Commerce. You can integrate them up here, and the process, once both of them are integrated, suppose you do one activity or one task in Shopify, that would automatically update itself in the Zoho Books as well. Let's quickly see how to connect an app to Zoho Books. Go to settings and integration, which we have already did. Select either Zoho Books or third party apps. Let me select Zoho apps. Then let's see. Select either Zoho apps. We've done that. Click on, let's see, access. What would happen once we do that? Skip. Yeah, this one is already connected up here, Zoho inventory. So you can see this one. I think Access Connect. Let's see which one is not connected yet. Zoho Mail is not connected. Zoho Campaign is not connected. Yeah. And then you need to connect it. Choose sync preferences. I think so far you're able to understand that. Go to settings, integrations module. In integrations module, you need to either select Zoho apps or third-party apps, and then click on connect. Follow the authentication steps, and then choose your sync preferences. Refresh, and then close the settings. Let me give you a real life use case walkthrough. Let's visualize this. You're running a marketing agency. One, your sales team uses Zoho CRM to manage leads. Second, once a deal is closed, an invoice is auto generated or auto created in Zoho Books. Third, client pays via Stripe, payment is auto recorded. Fourth, your team logs billable hours in Zoho projects convert to invoice line items. Fifth, monthly reports are pulled into Zoho Analytics and sent to the CEO. How many manual steps did this save? I think almost all of them. When integrations are combined with workflows and automation, Zoho Books becomes a powerful engine. An example is a client signs a contract in Zoho CRM, triggers invoice creation in Zoho Books, send welcome email via Zoho Mail, adds to Zoho campaign for newsletters, auto generates a monthly performance report via Zoho Analytics. Since automation we have discussed already in the previous sessions, I'm not going to discuss it any further. Now that we've seen how Zoho Books integrates with your entire business stack, let's explore a topic every business must master: tax compliance and audit readiness using Zoho Books. All right, team, let's talk about something that often makes business owners nervous: taxes. Whether it's GST in India, VAT in Europe, or sales tax in the US, one thing is common. If you mess up taxes, it can be expensive: penalties, audits, reputation loss. But here's the good news: Zoho Books takes away a huge chunk of this manual effort. It automates tax calculations, applies the current tax rates to your invoices, and prepares reports that are ready for filing. Today, we are going to understand how Zoho Books help us stay 100% compliant with tax regulations, whether you're in India, US, EU, or anywhere else. Why tax configuration matters. Let's take a moment to reflect. Are you manually calculating GST VAT on every invoice? Are you worried if your invoices are compliant with the latest tax rates? Does tax filing at the end of the month feels like a nightmare? If you said yes to any of them, configuring taxes in Zoho Books will be a game changer for you. Zoho Books is designed to handle region-specific tax systems. For India, GST, goods and service tax, including CGST, SGST, IGST, TDS tax deducted at source. For vendor payments, rent, contact services, GSTR reports, GSTR1, GSTR3B, GSTR9. For USA, sales tax by state, county, or city, integrated with Avalara, tax automation platform for automatic tax rate fetching, manual zones for customized needs. For EU, VAT, value added tax, domestic intra EU transactions, reverse charge mechanism for cross border trade. Let's go hands on and see how this is done. Step one, navigate to settings. Let's close the setting here. Okay, so navigate to settings and then you see the taxes here. So what we did here, click on settings in the top right corner and then select taxes from the drop down menu. Then you need to select your tax configuration. That would depend on your business location. For example, Indian business, that would be India. You need to enable GST module. For US-based business, choose United States, enable state tax module. For EU-based business, choose country, enable VAT module. And then you need to add tax rates and group. As you can see, tax rates, tax exemptions as well, tax authorities, and tax settings here. Let me show you something. Use Avalara integration. So what Avalara is available only for US, by the way. Okay, so what it would do is that it would automatically fetch tax rates for ourselves. We do not need to enter them. And since it's not possible here right now, let me show you. I have done for it one of them. That is tax authorities, Illinois Department of Revenue. Tax authority, that is mandatory, Illinois Department of Revenue. Selected my state, Illinois, and then have saved it. Then selected tax rate here. That was Illinois VAT, or let's say it as sales tax. Sorry, sales tax, sales tax. Select the existing transaction you want to update tax details for. Recurring transaction, draft sales order, draft invoices. I accept that updating the tax bill, and then you need to save that. So I have created a new taxation up here, which is 8%. And tax exemption, if there's any, for example, new tax exemption. Exemption could be non-billable item. Non-billable item. And customer or item, I think I have entered it here for the item, and then you need to essential items in the description. Essential items. And then I need to save it up here. So with that, I told you that what you can do up here, you can set up your tax authorities, you can set tax exemption, and you can set tax rates as well. Now let's create a tax compliant invoice up here. I have done it right now. Let's do it here very quickly. Okay, so it's invoice 19. Let's select my item from here. Okay, let's select pencil, it to be pencil. Okay, so what is it? Is it not taxable? I hope you're able to understand that. Mm, wait a minute, even this got changes. Let me edit this one. So yeah, once you have done up here, you need to like, for example, if you're creating a customer, I'm not creating a customer up here. It has already been created. So what I'm going to do is that, determine the tax treatment up here. Is it taxable or tax exempt? If it's tax exempt, I can, why is not easy? Okay, so I need to create that for customer as well. Wait a minute. I need to create that for customer as well. Let's see taxes up here and go to the tax rates up here. Illinois, no, sorry, tax exemption, non-billable item that was here. Let's create it for customer. Non, yeah, save it. Then close it. Go to customers again. Let's see, it should be updated now. Why is it taking time? Yeah, let's see. Customers. Yeah, let's do this one up here. Let's come back here and let's edit this once more again. So, okay, yeah, as you can see, taxable and tax exempt. A non-billable item you can see up here. Tax Authority, Illinois Department of Revenue, and then you can save that. And if it's taxable, what you need to do is that, determine your tax rate. That is, and then you can save it. So what would happen is that every time you would create an invoice, this tax would be automatically applied on that invoice. So you do not need to manually enter your tax rate in that condition. Let me show you this one here as well. Parthink, yeah, we did it for Parthink. Let's show you as well how we did this one. Sorry, PARTH. Yeah, here. See, I didn't did anything. Uh, the system fetched the tax rate automatically up here. Then the only thing that I need to do is here, select my item. Yeah. See, its rate is 100. Let's select this one. And once the tax is applied up here, its total becomes 108. So with that, I hope I was able to tell you that how you can customize your taxation settings there. One of the most powerful features of Zoho Books is its ready-made tax reports. Let's go through some important reports. Let's see if they're here. Reports. Now, do remember this is a US-based Zoho account, so you might not be able to see Indian-based taxation reports up here. You would be able to see sales tax liability 1099 report. That's what I was trying to convey, but let's still go through that. GSTR reports, you can see if your account is set up based in India. GSTR1 outward supplies report, GSTR3B monthly summary of outward supplies, outward and inward supplies. Sales tax summary breaks down sales by state, city, county, helps in preparing state-wise tax filings. VAT summary, breakdown of domestic intra-EU and export sales, help in filing periodic VAT returns. Audit trails, all region. Logs every change related to tax entries, edits, deletion crucial during audits to show compliance. Common mistakes and how Zoho prevents them. Mistake number one, charging GST to an overseas customer. Solution, Zoho auto detects overseas contacts and marks the transaction as zero rated. Mistake number two, incorrect tax rates applied to item. Solution, tax preferences are saved at the item level, ensuring no manual entry errors. Mistake number three, forgetting to deduct TDS on vendor payments. Solution, Zoho alerts you during bill creation if TDS is applicable based on vendor settings. Now, some best practices for tax compliance in Zoho Books. One, review tax settings monthly, ensure any new tax changes are updated. Second, always assign correct tax treatments to new customers' vendors. Third, reconcile tax reports with actual payments made to tax authorities. Fourth, use the audit trail before every filing to verify no accidental edits have been made. And fifth, schedule monthly tax summary reports to be emailed to your CA or CPA. Now that we've secured the foundation of tax compliance, in the next section, we'll focus on user, role, and audit trail, how you can control who sees what and track every single activity in Zoho Books. All right, everyone, tell me honestly, have you ever had a situation where someone in your team edited an invoice or maybe deleted a record and no one knew who did it, when, or why? Or you wished you could control what your team sees inside Zoho Books. Maybe you don't want your sales team to view bank balances or prevent interns from sending out invoices accidentally. If that sounds familiar, you're going to love this part. User roles and the audit trail in Zoho Books. Think of this as the security and control center for your accounting data. Let's face it, not every team member should have access to everything. For example, your accountant needs to see financial reports. Your sales executive should only see their invoices and customers. Your HR and admin team might need access to expenses, but not to bank reconciliation. Temporary interns should have minimal view only access. This is where role and permission in Zoho Books becomes crucial. Zoho Books lets you invite multiple users into your account, but before you do that, you need to decide what can they view, what can they create, what can they edit, and very importantly, what should they not access at all. When you go to settings, let me see the users and roles. Users and roles. Number one, admin, full access to everything. Second, staff, limited access typically for employees. Third, timesheet staff, access only to time tracking in projects. But the real power lies in creating custom roles. How to create a custom role? I think I have already told you that in the previous section that how you need to do that. I'm going to tell you that in brief here. What you need to do is that here, enter your role name. For example, sales executive or junior accountant, sales executive. And then you can decide that how much access do you want to give him. For example, customers full access, vendors full access. He can view, he can create. No, I'm not going to give him the access to create. And uh, let's give him edit to create as well. Edit, delete, and assign owner as well. Items, I'm not going to give him the access to create anything up here. Inventory adjustment as well. Okay. And price list as well. Banking, okay, they're going to have access to our banking. Purchase. Okay, so we have two things up here. Sales, we are done. Let's give him the option to view and create and delete customer payment, sales, and all that. And I think just like that, once you have determined that how much access do you want to give him, then you need to save it up here. Okay, so once you have created a role, uh, then the very next thing that you need to do that. I think so far it's clear to everyone up here that you can customize it on a very granular level. When I say on a granular level, that means you can break down permission module wise, for example, sales, quotes, invoices, and payments, purchase bills, purchase orders, banking reports, and settings. And for each of the module, you can define if the role is view only, create, edit, delay, and not accessible. Once you have created a role up here, the next thing that you're going to do is that invite a user from here. And with that, uh, uh, you need to then assign them appropriate role, and they'll would receive an invite email to Zoho Books. Now, some best practices for user role management. Number one, follow the principle of least privilege. What does it mean? Don't give full access unless absolutely necessary. Second, create department-wise rules. What does it mean? Separate roles for sales, accounts, admin, interns. Number third, review access regularly. What does it mean? If someone leaves the company, revoke access immediately. And fourth, avoid shared logins. Always invite individual users for transparency. Now, here's a question for all of you. How do you know who edited an invoice amount last Tuesday or who deleted a vendor credit 2 weeks ago? This is where the audit trail becomes your best friend. An audit trail is a log of every activity performed inside Zoho Books, be it creating, editing, or deleting records. It answers who did it, what was done, when did it happen. To access the audit trail, what you need to do is go to, let's close the settings very quickly. And then you need to go to reports and you can type audit trail up here, audit trail. You see activity logs and audit trail. You would see a list of every action performed by your Zoho Books account. Now, what you can do is that you can apply filters up here. For example, what is going to be the date range? And in more filters, you're going to select that your user, customer name, vendor, and for example, user is not in accurate roofing system. And then you can filter that. So what you would be able to see here is that in this audit trail, logs in and log out, record creation, record in invoice creation. That means when was your invoice created, a bill is created or an expense created. Edits, you can see that how many time an edit has been done. For example, example amount change, or a status updated, deletion. That includes who deleted and when, permission changes, when someone role is modified, settings alteration, like text rates, email templates. Why is audit trail important? Number one, accountability. Everyone knows their actions are tracked. Second, transparency. Helps during internal reviews or audits. Third, compliance. Many regulatory bodies like MCA in India mandate audit trails. Fourth, error tracking. If a mismatch happens, you can trace the exact moment of error. Let's say you're filing your GST returns and the total taxable amount doesn't match your internal records. Instead of chaos, you simply go to audit trail, filter edit, deletion in sales invoices from the current month. You notice an intern accidentally deleted an invoice of rupees 50,000. Bingo. Now you know what happened and can fix it. So to summarize, user roles let you define who sees what in Zoho Books. Audit Trail ensures you always know who did what and when. Together, they form a robust internal control mechanism that can scale with your business while ensuring compliance and accountability. All right, everyone, we've covered a lot of ground today, haven't we? From setting up the client portal to tracking every minute of project time, from integrating Zoho Books with other apps to managing tax compliance, it's been a power packed session. But before we wrap up, let's take a deep breath and revisit the key takeaways together. And then I'll open the floor for your questions. So stay with me till the very end. This is where everything ties together. Okay, let's go here, share. Uh, be quickly here. Number one, client portal, the digital front door for your customers. You learn how the client portal empowers your customers to view and accept codes, download and pay invoices, track their transaction history, communicate directly with you. You also saw how to customize email templates and control what customers can see. Second, project management and time tracking. Accurate billing for service businesses. We enable project time tracking to monitor tasks, log hours, and invoice billable time. You saw how you can assign team members, track billable versus non-billable time, and convert those timesheets into client invoices. Third, integrations, connecting Zoho with the bigger picture. We explored integrations with Zoho CRM to sync customers and deals, Zoho Inventory and Zoho Expense to streamline product and expense data, external apps like Stripe, PayPal, Shopify through Zoho Flow. Fourth, tech setup. Staying compliant, staying stress free. You saw how Zoho Books support uh, sales tax and auto compute with Avalara US. We discussed the steps to add tax rates and groups, assign tax treatments to contact and item. Fifth, user roles and audit trail. Security and accountability. We talked about assigning roles like accountant, full financial access, sales executive, view only invoices, admin, HR, expense module access. Audit trail records every login, added detail, giving you complete traceability. Now, let's open up the floor. What questions do you have? It can be about anything we've covered: client portal, time tracking, tax setup, integrations, reconciliation, your name, you name it. If you're wondering about a use case specific to your business, this is the best time to ask. There's no such thing as a silly question. If you're thinking about it, someone else probably is too. I'm going to give you some seconds. I'm going to wait. If any one of you does have any doubt up here, you can ask me freely, or if you're a bit shy or you're a bit hesitant, you can raise your hands and can ask me the question. So I'll be waiting for some seconds before I proceed further. All right, everyone. Let's wrap this up with a few closing thoughts. Zoho Books is not just an invoicing tool, it's a complete business platform. Client portal improves customer experience, project management ensures accurate billing, integrations break silos and reduce manual work, tech setup ensures compliance, user roles and audit trail keeps your data secure and accountable. And finally, by practicing hands-on, you now know how to navigate real-world business scenarios confidently. You've done great today. Each of these modules we've covered is like a gear in the bigger machine of financial management. Keep exploring, keep experimenting in Zoho Books. The more you dive in, the smoother your workflow will become. And remember, automation is your ally. Now, before I say my thank you and appreciate you, I would love to quickly mention this once again. In this session, while it was going on, we have dropped a link for everyone up here in this session, as well as YouTube Live. So, for those of you that haven't registered yet, what you need to do is that click on that link. So, once you have clicked on that link, uh, you would see a window where you would need to mention your detail. For example, that would include your first name, your last name, your mail address, and you need to create a password as well. Once you have filled every single of the necessary fields up there, then you need to save that. Now, once it's saved, what would happen? You would receive a configuration mail from our side. And in that configuration mail, there would be another link. Then you need to click on that link. So once you have clicked on that link, what happens here is that your process of registration has now been completed. And now the process of authentication would go on. The process of authentication would continue from our side, and it would take us, I think, only a few hours to 1 day, I think. So once we are able to authenticate you, your authentication is completed, then only you would be able to access your Zoho Books training course. And once you are able to access your Zoho Books training course, there you would be able to see all the videos for the 6 sessions that have happened so far, PPT for those sessions, and as well as quizzes for all of these sessions individually. That means 6 quizzes up there. Now, what you need to do is that complete each one of those videos up there, complete each of those PPT up there, and complete each of the single quiz up there, score beyond the certain threshold in each of the single quiz there. Once you have done that, only then you would receive your certificate of completion. So with that, I hope you're clear. And once again, thanks to everyone who has been here so far, have been here from the very beginning, has seen every session so far. Thank you so much for the for the time that you have given me. Thank you for your patience. Again, thank you so much. With that, I am wrapping your Zoho Books training course. Thank you so much once again.